My goal with this video is to identify which of the songs in the mainline Final Fantasy games that makes us the most hyped or excited. It would be easy to just take the battle tracks and go with those, but that would be way too easy, so they are excluded with a small amount of liberties taken. Be ready for a few weird takes on the word hype as we go through all the mainline games, from Final Fantasy I to Final Fantasy XVI. I will try to put up a spoiler warning if any of the songs is happening towards the later half of a game. I'm very curious about your opinions on any of my takes, but please stay nice to everyone in the comment section. Now, let's get started with the list. After getting accustomed to the game by completing the first quest, this screen that is shown in the footage right now makes you really curious about what the rest of the adventure has in store for you. Having the party standing on a hill, ready for what comes next, while the text describes that your journey has just begun. This, presented together with the development staff on screen, really tells you that the scope of this game is on a completely different level compared to other games released in 1987. The opening tells us about the main party that is fleeing from the Empire after having their village burned down. The player's first moment of control is a battle against 4 Black Knights that brutally wipes the whole party. After this, the main character Firion reunites with 2 of his friends, but one of them is missing. This is the moment this music track starts to play. It gives off a mix of sadness with a small glimmer of hope put in there. And it's that hope that makes me put it in the list. Almost everything have gone down the drain, but at least some of you are alive and can keep on fighting. The main party had just found a crystal in a cave, which unlocks a starting set of jobs. You don't know anything about the world yet, and when you take your first step outside of the cave, onto the world map, the song Eternal Wind begins. The song has a sense of mystique to it, telling of a world that's completely unexplored to you. It gives off a sense of adventure, but also a little bit of somberness. I wonder if the somberness here is foreshadowing for what you're going to experience in the final dungeon of the game. I think the prologue theme could be the song generating the most hype, but I already picked the main theme that this is based on from the first game. Instead, I'm going with the Red Wings track. This music piece gives off hype in a more dark way. It plays during the opening of the game, where you get to see that the Red Wings, the group led by the game's protagonist Cecil, have just slaughtered innocents to get their hands on a crystal, and how the whole group is dealing with the aftermath of that. Something feels off about it all, and Cecil tries to take the blame of his soldiers as a leader. It's a great start to Final Fantasy IV, to make you excited to see more of the story. Galuf, the old man of the party from Final Fantasy V, have just learned that his friends are trapped in a castle. It takes him about 5 seconds after getting to know this to take to the air on a huge dragon and storm the castle by himself and help out his friends, making him look really badass. All while doing this is the music that plays. I think the song conveys Galuf's dedication to save his friends. It's such a nice moment from a game already filled with many simple but interesting story beats like this. Final Fantasy VI was a hard game to choose only one music track from. The one I picked is a bit different from the rest, as the music itself isn't the main part of the excitement, but rather what the music entails. It means that we get to see the best character from Final Fantasy VI on screen, and that is always a treat. He will complain, make snarky comments, poison drinking water for regular people, and deceive anyone that stands in his way. But no matter what you think of Kefka, every time you hear his theme play, you know that things are going to be interesting. No scene with him is boring, and that's why this piece of music fits on the list. The party is back in Junon, where they're trying to escape their execution. Most party members head for the airship, while Tifa is doing whatever this is. She then gets the order to just run towards the end of the cannon, and then this theme starts playing, while the High Wind, the airship's name, gracefully takes to the sky. Many airship themes could have placed on this list, but I wanted to put the one from Final Fantasy VII here. I think the scene where you get it does a lot, but the theme incorporates the main theme of the game beautifully into the song. For me, the song rekindles the game, with the possibility to go wherever you want to go. The party have just gotten a mission to help out with a conflict. As their ships get closer to the destination, Squall goes to the outside of the boat to get a better look of the situation, and just stands there looking as cool as a JRPG character can, while only standing still. The music then ramps up. The music in the cutscene does a good transition into gameplay, and then the music plays over the battles, which I always love when RPG games does. The music conveys that this mission is a real deal and that things are at stake. If I ever were to create a list of cozy songs from the Final Fantasy series, this game would probably stand for half of the music in such a list. But it does have a few more upbeat tracks as well. One of them is Protecting My Devotion. Running around as Steiner and Beatrix, defending the kingdom accompanied by this song, was a cool moment. Out of all selected music in this list, nothing came as crystal clear of a choice as Attack from Final Fantasy X. Seeing Tidus jump between ropes, with the rest of the gang joining him in their assault to wreck the wedding between Juna and Seymour, nothing could excite my 12-year-old self more back in the day. The song is a very slow build, but fits perfectly with the actions happening on screen. As always, it hits even harder when the music overrides the battle theme. This is a weird choice for a list that focuses on music that aims to hype you up, but as I haven't played Final Fantasy XI, I am left with very few choices. This song is picked since it's one I keep hearing when this game is brought up. One example being in Square Enix's music game Theater Rhythm. When hearing it, I always get excited and want to hear more of the music from the game, and it's always the music I think about when thinking about the game in general. Hence, it places on this list. The atmosphere of this place is great, thanks both to the crowded space with hunters that are ready to get their hands dirty, and of course to the music playing. This is the place where you get many of the side quests in Final Fantasy XII, as well as where you get to change jobs in the Zodiac Age version of the game after a patch introduced it. Thus, it's a place players return to often if they choose to involve themselves in said activities. To be honest, I don't remember many specific sections of Final Fantasy XIII and can't tell you much about the track March of the Dreadnoughts, except that it plays while controlling a big machine. It doesn't matter though, as I think it's an excellent track on its own and further fuels the desire to replay this game one day, as I was one of the few people that didn't hate it back in the day. I love how this song starts. There is under no circumstances anyone that can sit still when the music for the dungeon, the twinning, starts. The rhythm, the guitar, the cheesy lyrics and the absolutely nostalgia-scratching Final Fantasy III reference. Everything just goes together to make a phenomenal dungeon theme. For the record, Final Fantasy XIV was probably the hardest game to choose only one music track from. As a Final Fantasy fan, it pains me to say that I still haven't checked out Final Fantasy XV. From what I heard, it's an extremely divisive game where some people enjoyed it and some people absolutely hate it. One thing there is to love about it is this song, however, as I think it's one of Yoko Shimomura's best works, and it's hard for me to imagine something in the soundtrack getting close to this. Is there anything better? the most recent Final Fantasy game as of this video, and another one I have yet to check out. Doing research for this video to avoid spoilers was not an easy task, but I did find this one track that fulfilled my criteria. This track starts off slow and mysterious, but ramps up the tempo, and it's really that mysterious vibe that makes this piece stand out for me. I want to explore whatever the great wood is, find stuff, and slay monsters. And there we have the list. If you want more video game music related content, subscribe. Also, let me know what you want the next video to be about. Have a FF-licious day, and thank you so much for watching.